Well, today's video is going to be about a subject that I keep hearing about and I've dealt with quite a few times, and it's kind of frustrating me. But I went directly to the horse's mouth to get the lowdown on this. I went to a physicist, Victor J. Stenger, to ask him about the infinite regress problem. And this has been quote mined and abused by theists, particularly William Lane Craig. But others have abused this too. They don't actually understand what they're referring to, yet they like to use it as if it refers to the very thing they're trying to refute, ignoring the fact that even if it did, it would also apply to God. And of course, the infinite regress problem is that you cannot have an infinite series of events. Therefore, the universe could not have been eternal, and there could not have been eternal contraction and Big Bang and so on. It had to have been a God. Of course, a God would still be infinite, so therefore, it wouldn't apply. God would have the problem of infinite regress. But here's the thing. Infinite regress problem only applies to things that have a beginning. Eternal things, God or the universe, do not have an infinite regress. So it doesn't apply to either of them. The infinite regress was something mentioned a long time ago, referring to the original idea that the universe had a beginning infinitely in the past, which is, of course, impossible. But the universe is eternal. It has no beginning. It has no end. There is no point infinitely in the past that started it all. Therefore, it doesn't apply. That's the whole issue here. There cannot be infinities in nature. Nature doesn't. An infinity is an abstract mathematical principle. When scientists talk about infinity, they tend to use it to refer to very large numbers that are hard to comprehend. They're still finite, but to us, as best as we can tell, they are infinite. And this is what it actually applies to. This is what it is. You can attack it from other angles, but this infinite regress problem completely misunderstands what is actually being said. So, I don't know, I'm sure I'm going to get people to disagree with me in the comment section, but please, if you're going to use a statement like this, know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't just spout it because it sounds good. Actually ask someone who might know about the subject you're trying to refute. And seriously, if it was so easy to refute the Big Bang or the eternal universe by saying infinite regress is not possible, don't you think the people studying it would have figured this out long ago? That the scientists that have stated this, they would have figured it out? I love it how theists, even some atheists, really seem to think that they're smarter or more capable to figure out something than the people who have spent their entire lives studying this stuff. I'm sorry, but what makes you armchair physicists think you can understand this more than somebody who has spent their entire life actually understanding it and actually looking into why these things are stated as they are. I don't know. This is just a pet peeve. So comment below if you agree or disagree. Let me know your thoughts. Also, Overused Argument did a fairly good video on this too. I just wanted to touch up on a few points that he didn't mention or try to explain better. So, link below to his video on the subject along with quite a few other things.